Hi everyone, welcome to Web Reports number 7 lesson about team management and startups. So today we have our bootcamp mentor Frank to share some of his insightful ideas about how to do the team management. I will do a brief introduction about Frank, and then I will start asking questions with Frank, and Frank will give his answers to the team. So first of all, let me give a basic intro for Frank. So Frank is Altiverse CEO. Altiverse is a metaverse platform integrating different components like social experience, AAA games, and access to DeFi or DEX, and also a DAO organization to build MetaFi. Its core members come from Gameloft, Blizzard, Tencent, and a went fund from many leading VCs such as Binance Labs and DeFinance. Altiverse is building with Unreal Engine 5 on BSC. Now it has 3 core products, including Metaverse platform, Terminus City, GameFi product, Endless Loop, and also NFT product, Electric Sheep. So Frank, would you give a quick intro about yourself with the team?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. And as you mentioned, I'm the co-founder and also CEO of Altiverse. And what we have built is actually a MetaFi platform, which will want to integrate different kind of Web3 active functionalities into all-in-one metaverse. And if you have watched a movie called Ready Player One before, the ultimate goal for us is actually to build a platform or a metaverse exactly the same as the Oasis in that movie. So which means all different kind of players, no matter what kind of culture they're from, we want them to be able to get together to share their different NFT assets with each other. And also they can choose different kind of avatars. They can choose whoever or whatever they want to be in the virtual metaverse. And this is what we're building. And now we have around like 50 people and like 30 to 40 game developer and designers, and also like 10 to 20 for the community and the marketing side, and also BDs. So yeah, this is a brief introduction about us.
Great. Thank you, Frank. So I probably will start with our questions, and and then I think we probably can go through it, and probably if there's any questions, and people can ask at the end of the camp. So first of all, the first question we have is, as Web3 companies are often built with blockchain technology by decentralized team, which means that there's no centralized entity to manage and oversee the work of team members. And therefore, it's really hard for managers to find a way to ensure all the members are able to deliver their work on time and ensure the overall progress. So I wonder, do you have any way to manage decentralized teams?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. And I think managing a decentralized team is always a very challenging task, but there are like several strategies that maybe can help you to effectively manage your team. So for example, or maybe like first of all, I think communication is always the key. And within a decentralized team, effective communication is critical. So you need to establish a regular communication channel, such as like a group chat or video conferencing or like email. And I think this can help the team member to stay connected and also informed about the overall project progress, the priorities, and also the deadlines. So communication is key. And also I think you need to set up very clear expectations for all the team members. You need to define the roles and the responsibilities of each team member, and which includes like a project goals, timelines, and deliverables. And I think this can help everyone to ensure that like everyone is aligned and also they are working towards the same objectives. And also beside these two, to manage a decentralized team, I think you also need to establish a culture of trust. So let's say culture, or let's say like trust is always crucial when you are managing a decentralized team. You need to encourage team members to communicate openly and share their opinions and offer feedbacks. So creating a culture of trust can help foster collaboration and encourage team members to take the ownership of their own work. And also you can use different kind of project management tools to help you to manage the team. So such as like Trello, Asana, Jira, Slack, and also we use Slack in China. All these tools can help you manage and check the progress on tasks, deadlines, and also milestones. And besides these, I think also you should also foster a sense of community. So decentralized teams may not have the opportunity to interact face-to-face, but you can still create a sense of community by organizing virtual events such as like a team building activities or social gatherings. This will help a lot for your team members to feel connected and also motivated. And that's my 2 cents.
Awesome. It's actually a very thoughtful answer, Frank. I will start with the second question. So as the Web3 industry is in its early stage of development, and usually companies don't have stable revenue or profits like traditional companies. So I wonder what's your way to motivate your team members? Because usually I think for managers, you want to ensure that your members are passionate about the company's vision and goals in the long term.
Yeah, I think overall, the whole Web3 industry is still in a very early stage. And for many teams, there may not be a stable revenue or profits. So how to motivate the team members is very challenging. And in our team, we use several ways. So the first one, and also I think maybe it's a very common used one, is to share the company vision and also mission. So vision and mission is very important, right? You need to make sure that every team member understands the company's vision and mission. And also you need to keep communicate the importance of company's goals and how each team member's contribution is essential in achieving them. And also you need to, like, as I mentioned, you need to set up the goals, right? You need to be very clear about the goals. So for example, you need to set specific and measurable, achievable, relevant goals for the team. So challenging goals can motivate the team members to work harder and achieve more. And also regular updates on progress towards the goal can also keep everyone to be motivated and focused. And besides these two, I think you also need to celebrate the successes. And for example, like celebrate team successes and individual accomplishments. Recognition can be powerful and motivator, and it can be a powerful motivator, and also it help create a sense of pride and accomplishment within the team. And otherwise, I think compensation is always very important, right? But for the team who may not have enough fundraising, you can offer a little bit of like your future token to the core team members to make sure they are motivated and they are they are working towards the same objectives for the whole team, right?
Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I think that's really, really good. And yeah, definitely. I think motivating a team is the key for the company to success in the long term. The next question is about, because Web3 companies are usually very global, and also team members have diversified cultural backgrounds. So as the manager, you usually need to understand difference between different cultures and also ensure the transparency and open communication within your team. So the question is how to handle communication and conflicts among team members from different cultural backgrounds.
Yeah, so the question about like handle communication and conflicts, right? So For us, it's a little bit, it's not that hard because most of us from the same culture, and we have like some people from Singapore. Most of us are from China mainland. And also we have a small group of people from the Bay Area. And for us, I think, first of all, we still encourage open communication, right? We created an environment where team members, they feel comfortable in expressing themselves and sharing their opinions. And we also encourage active listening, empathy, and also we encourage everyone to respect for different perspectives, because when you come from a different culture, you're thinking a different way, right? And also we should be aware of like the cultural differences. We need to understand the different cultural norms and the communication styles of team members, and be sensitive to differences in language, tones, and also like a nonverbal communications. So for example, we have like some people from China and some people from Singapore, even though they speak Mandarin, but still that it's very different when they speak or when they communicate. But after like several months, people are getting used to do that, and also as they respect the different perspectives, so they can work very closely. And also we should establish a very clear communication channel. So we need to ensure that communication channels are accessible to all the team members, regardless of their location or time zone. And also we also use like a different tools or even like a translation softwares. And I think for now, a lot of softwares like a Slack or Lag, they provide like a translation software to help the team members to communicate very smoothly. And also the other things like, I think one important thing is to address the conflicts proactively. So you need to act very quickly to address conflicts when they arise. You need to encourage the team members to voice their concerns, and also work together to find a resolution. So because you can use the conflict resolution techniques such as like a negotiation or maybe like even compromise. This all can help, I think. And also you need to I think you also need to seek feedbacks as a team leader. So you should regularly seek feedback from team members on communications and conflict resolution, as I mentioned before. And you need to use this feedback to improve the processes and or the procedures to better support a diverse and inclusive team. Yeah, and I think overall handling the communication and the conflicts among the team members from different cultural backgrounds, it needs a lot of things like open communication, and you need to make sure that you need to have a commitment to a diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, great. And so I think it's a very great answer. And for a lot of our founders here, they definitely have experience with different cultural backgrounds and different languages, and I think it will be very helpful for them too. Our next question is about, well, Web3 industry is consistently evolving and changing, and usually members need to continuously update their knowledge and skills to keep up with the industry standard. So I wonder, usually how to ensure team members to keep up with the latest technology and industry trends.
Yeah, so in our team, we always encourage continuous learning. We encourage our team members to keep learning by providing like access to training courses and workshops. Like Web3 Pod, you guys also provide like a different kind of courses online, right? And we also like encourage self-directed learning and provide resources such as like online articles, videos, and podcasts. So every week we can find a lot of podcasts, a lot of valuable videos or articles from the internet, and we usually share them in our internal channel, and we encourage everyone to read that and provide feedbacks. And also I think we also encourage our team members to attend different kind of industry events. the events, because the events provide opportunities to network with the industry experts, learn about the new technologies, and exchange ideas with peers, which is very helpful. And we also should create a culture of innovation. We should foster a culture of innovation by encouraging experimentation and creativity, and also risk taking. We always encourage our team members to propose new ideas and approaches, and also create opportunities to test and prototype them. For example, we have created a lot of side projects so far, and actually like 50% of those side projects are coming from our internal team members' ideas. And also, I think because it's Web3, right? So there will be a lot of cutting edge technologies. We need to also provide access to all these technologies and tools for our team members to use them or to experiment, to explore all those new ideas.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Web3 industry overall has been going so fast, and like there's so many new things like in a short time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Our next question is about task allocation. So saying Web3 startups often face very rapidly changing market demands, tasks, and also responsibilities. So therefore, for team managers, how do you access the skills and the capability of each members, and also assign the task and responsibility to the most suitable members? Because I think it's very important when you can effectively allocate your tasks to the members that's doing it the best. Yeah.
I think first of all, you need to assess the skills and the capabilities of each team member. Understand the strengths and the weakness of each of them to assign the right task or the right responsibilities to each one of them. So you should also regularly review the skills and also the capabilities of each team member to ensure the tasks are always allocated based on their strengths. And beside this one, you also need to set up a very clear expectation and deadlines. So you need to define the tasks and the responsibilities of each team member, including project goals, timelines, and deliverables. You need to ensure that everyone is aware of their roles and responsibilities. And also you need to set a very clear deadline to help the team member to prioritize their workload. And also the assessment and also the expectation setup, right? And also, yeah, you need to encourage the collaboration. So even inside your team, right, you need to, as I mentioned, you need to foster a culture of collaboration, and you need to encourage the team members to help each other and share their knowledge and the skills, because this can help to create a sense of teamwork and also help your team members to learn from each other. And also one critical point is also like the fairness and also the transparency, right? You need to ensure that all the task allocation is fair and transparent by using objective criteria such as like skills, experience, and also workloads. Avoid favoritism, and also ensure that the tasks are allocated based on merit. And the other is like, and also, yeah, one more important thing is like you always need to provide feedbacks, and you need to provide regular feedbacks and recognition to team members for their work. This is very important. And you should like celebrate the success and also acknowledge the contribution of team members who have done exceptional work.
Yeah, totally agree. I think recognition of the team members' work is very important, because so you'll notice that, like, especially in Web3, because sometimes it's decentralized, sometimes it's you're not working together in a small office, but if the leaders is able to recognize the achievement from the members, that's definitely very important for them to to know they're doing a very good job, and then they should be keep doing their tasks very well. Next question is actually want to elaborate a little bit on the communication. So previously you mentioned about the communication tips that you have for your team. We just wonder, usually how do you establish the effective communication channels overall? Yeah.
So I think first of all, you need to choose the right tools, right? Choose communication tools that which is most suitable for different kind of cases. So for example, like we use WeChat or Slack or like Telegram for the quick updates, but we always use email to for the longer messages or for the like to communicate with outside the team. And also we need to we also have like we have established a regular communication schedules. So for example, I have like a team all hands meeting every 2 weeks, and every week we have like a different kind of regular meetings or one-on-one meetings with each team member.
Yes, so that's very helpful. Like some of the important message, it should be on email, and then you can keep track on it in the long term. Yeah, cool, awesome. Thank you, Frank. And our next question is about, because Altiverse is doing a very good community, and also we think the culture is very good. So we wonder, how do you establish your team culture?
That's a good question. So I think first of all, we need to successfully define the company's vision and also mission, right? So we need to clearly define that what's the company's value, and to ensure that all the team members, they understand and also they embrace the company's goals and the company's vision. And also we, like as I mentioned before, we encourage the open communication, right? We foster an environment of open communication where the team members, they feel comfortable expressing their opinions and concerns. This also encourage, like as I mentioned, the respect for different perspectives, right? So this also helps in our team culture building. And we also like celebrate the success. We celebrate team success and individual accomplishments, and we like also like a recognition can be a powerful monitor and help to create a sense of pride and accomplishment within the team. And also we foster a sense of community by organization, like different kind of team building activities and social gatherings. This can help the team members to be connected and also motivated and work towards the same vision for the whole company. And yeah, I think we have a few, most likely that's how we used it.
Thank you for the answer, Frank. I think it's very helpful. Our next question is, usually for teams, you need to have a performance kind of like a matrix in order to evaluate their performance. So is it possible you can share with us about how do you do your performance with your team, and to make sure everyone is actually doing good or not?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, we establish a clear performance evaluation criteria, and based on the project goals, timelines, and deliverables. We need to ensure that all the team members are aware of the evaluation criteria, and they should understand very clearly about what is expected from them. And also based on this, we also like provide regular feedbacks to the team members on their performance. We use objective measures such as like project progress, quality of the work, and adherence to timelines. And we use both positive feedbacks to recognize and reinforce good performance, and we also like as well as the constructive feedback to help team members to improve their work. And so this is about the feedback. And also we provide guidance and support. We provide to provide this to all the team members to help them improve their performance. And we offer training, coaching, and mentoring to help like junior team members to develop their skills and capabilities. And this can actually also help to build the team culture. And also we encourage the self-evaluation. We review our team performance on a regular basis. For example, like every 2 weeks, we review the team performance to identify the areas of improvement and optimize the team performance. And also, yeah, I think that's it.
Great answer. Great answer. Yeah, helpful. And I actually only have one last question here, and then we'll go into questions from our other founders here. So last question is about what collaboration software or tools do you recommend to coordinate the team of division of labor and collaboration and improve the overall work efficiency?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of tools outside, right? And I believe most of us are very familiar with many of them. For example, like a Trello, like Slack, like Zoom, right? Or even like a Google Workspace. So in our team, we use Slack, we use Lag, which is very popular in China, and we use Zoom to do the team meeting, and we use the Google Workspace to share documents. And yeah, most likely that.
Great. Now we go into the question section. So any of the founder here has questions, please raise your hand and you can ask to Frank.
I raised my hand, but can you see it?
Yeah, I can see that. I think you can ask directly.
Oh, okay. Thank you, friend, for sharing those very informative experience. So I am the co-founder of Ink Finance, and we are also building infrastructures for metaverse and DAOs to improve their work efficiency. So, but for our team, ourselves, we are very, very decentralized. So currently we have some collaboration issues that we are facing. So right now, some of our team members are based in the US, and some are based in Asia, and some are in the Southeast Asia. So sometimes when we are during the product developing process, so usually when we have the team member from the US will draft a design script, and then the Asian team will receive it. Then we start to make a mock-up or to build up a module, and then we would deliver this mock-up to designing team. So, but since we are in different time zones, so once the US team give out the task, it takes maybe 1 or 2 days for the designing team to finish the design. And then once the designing team finish the design, we have to review it. And then when we review it, we find out that there are so many changes that we need to revise. And then we revert the feedback back to the designing team. Then they would take another 2 or 3 days to refine it. But you know, in Web3, we are working in a very fast speed working environment. So we find out that it's really slow for us working in a decentralized way, because sometimes if you're working in the same office, you can just point out, go to his desk and point out that which part need to refine. But now some simple small tasks will take 3 to 4 days or even longer to make this task to be finished. So do you know any better way or better method or tools to improve this efficiency?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, we have the same issue because our team is like some of us are in the Bay Area, some of us in New York, and some of us in Singapore and also China. So when talking about the development, it's always a mess. I mean, usually we need to stay very late for all the colleagues in the Bay Area. So we usually go to bed around like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. to make sure we have more time, like we can talk directly with the team in China and also in Singapore. And also the teammates in Singapore, they always stay up very late, like also even like 3 a.m. in the morning, because at that time we wake up in the Bay Area, right? So, but to solve your question, I think it's more about the communication, right? Because you have a distributed team, but doesn't mean they can work together. You can set up a conference meeting every day or set up a regular call, and to make sure everyone is on the same page about the development of the task, right? And there are a lot of ways, a lot of tools you can use. There's one tool we're using in our team called the Gather. So this is like a virtual working space. So all the team members, they log into the Gather working space and they claim a desk in the same office. It's like a virtual office thing. And then we know everyone who is there online and who we can talk with, because it shows the status, whether he's busy or he's like idle or he's free to communicate, etc., etc. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That actually we were been introduced to use Gather as well. I'm very impressed by the way they designed it. It's really cute, and you can literally walk to your teammates. That's a good, very good tool. But my question is, do you really use Gather on a daily basis?
We actually do use Gather in a daily basis, because many of us will log in together and we just hanging there. And sometimes we even have the meeting in the Gather meeting room. So it's very.
Do you use a paid? You use a paid version or just a free version?
Oh, we didn't use the paid version, but even the paid version is not very expensive, right?
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, thank you for your answer. So now I get from what I got from you is that we need to have more frequent touch bases, like a daily or two days, because right now we only have like a once a week meeting for everybody. So I think this is a very good idea. And then another one is to use Gather. So I think I should push my team members to use Gather together.
Yeah.
I like it.
Help,
thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for
welcome.
reminding me this. All right.
Thank you. Do you have any other questions here?
Yeah, I have one. Frank, this is Pat with the Altiverse team. I really appreciate your time speaking with us today. And we'll just say also that super impressed by the work you and your team are doing with the Altiverse project. It looks very, very good. I just had a question about what's your perspective or thought process on how you right-size a team, you know, in difficult situations, whether it's a bull or a bear market, and especially with the situation we're in now. I don't know if you guys had to consider, you know, that, but what's kind of how you go about determining how to right-size a project based on, you know, the economic situation?
Yeah, that's a good question. We all know now it's a bear market, and as a founder and also CEO of the team, I think that's my task is always to find more money for the team, right? But for how to set up the KPI for all the team members or all the developers, in our team it's very clear. It's always about the revenue. So we have done different kind of projects. We launched different kind of NFT jobs, and we even work for other teams to like build some like a prototype of like outsourcing works. And I think in the bear market, the most important thing is to survive. We may still need to wait for 1 year or even like a 1.5 years for the bull market to come. So before that, we need to make sure we have enough runway. So this is how I set up goes for whole team in this bear market. Yeah, I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. What I've got another one for you, Frank. What well, I guess this doesn't really kind of involve teamwork, but or maybe how do you put a team together to kind of look for ways to bring in new partners for your project? Because I know you guys have been including some partners for Altiverse, and I think you just announced 3 here not too long ago in your town hall meeting. But how do you guys go about that, and how do you kind of have your people on your team reach out and find projects that might be a good fit for your project?
That's a good question, because what we are building is more like a platform, right? So we are looking for different kind of partners very actively. So every day I spend actually 80% of my work is to BD, to do the business development and finding new partners. And for like when if you want to measure which partner is like a valuable one, our criteria or our measure is always like if they are well funded, if their team has set up their mission very clearly in Web3, and if we all for this criteria, always will go ahead and go partner with them, and always make sure you don't partner with a project which will rug pull or slowly rug pull.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Cool. Do we have more questions here? It's really good opportunity to
I
share.
have-
Awesome. Okay, go
Excuse
ahead. Go
me.
ahead.
Yeah. Another question for Frank is, Frank, I remember that you said you have around 14 people in your project. Do you request all of them to set up their LinkedIn profile on LinkedIn profile?
It's a good question. So most of our marketing and our BD team, they have their Link3 profile, not the LinkedIn profile. I think Link3 is also more well used in the Web3 industry, right? And for the developers, because some of them are in China, so we don't have any, they don't use LinkedIn in China, but they use different kind of other like LinkedIn thing, similar to LinkedIn things in China.
Okay, because since you mentioned about fundraising, we met a lot of venture capitals or crypto funds. Some of them will require to see the LinkedIn profile of the co-founders and also the management team. So we do have we do have 4 or 5 people there on LinkedIn. But another issue is we have some team members that like who are working remotely, especially for the developers. 1 or 2 developers, they are very strong, very strong and solid. However, they are working. Some of them are working for like traditional firms, and they're still handling that job. So it's sometimes I find it's quite difficult to let them to put their profile on LinkedIn. So you know, they might have the conflict of what they're doing on their current stable job. So I don't know if you have this issue.
Yeah, that's a good question. So for us, we actually didn't have that issue because we have our Web2 business before, and we have a very big game studio. So when we are talking with all the investors, we invite them to our game studio, and they see all the people that physically, so they don't have this issue. But I think for you, what If I was you, I would just be very transparent to all the investors. If they have concerns about which employee, whether they are working for you or not, you can just maybe schedule a Zoom meeting for the employees and the investors, right? And let the investors ask whatever they want to know. And I think you can handle that situation very well.
Okay. Because one of the key contributors, he worked for a U.S. security department. So it's quite, sometimes we feel it's quite bad to ask him to put our logo on his job, but sometimes it's difficult, but totally understand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Frank, you know, the extension of a team, you know, can go to advisors, right? Like in a lot of projects, we use advisors for various things. What do you look for in an advisor and what are your expectations for them?
You mean for advisors?
Yes, advisors of a project that you may have on board that help out.
Yeah, so far we only have like 2 advisors and they are very well known in the whole Web3 industry. And I think for the advisors, normally they can introduce a lot of Web3 projects, and also they can help for the fundraising. They can guide you when you are making very important decisions.
Right. What, as far as expectations, do you have regular meetings with them, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or just kind of reach out whenever you need them?
It's like every time if I need them, I would just reach out. We don't have a regular scheduled meetings or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Can I say something to Pat? Because we also have some advisors. Perhaps I can share some of my experience too.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so we do have advisors. They join our projects from different stages. So for technical advisors, they usually play a very good big part, and they will join our monthly meetings or weekly meetings to give key contributions on the product designing and stuff. And for some business-wise advisors, we will ask them to introduce key partners and venture capitals. But what we give them different criteria of incentives. For example, most of the advisors, they have basic like a basic rewards, like the tokens or etc. And then for the business wise, if they have made any successful business development, like we sign an MOU or make sure there's a partner on board, then we will give them different type of rewards. Even sometimes when they introduce us for good venture capitals, we will provide some compensations for each deal. This is what we do with the advisors.
Okay, gotcha. Like a success fee for them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Excellent. Yeah, thank you for that information.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. I think it's actually a lot of information in this section, and I hope everyone is learning something for their team. Later on, we'll invite Frank to our bootcamp Telegram group, and then if there's any follow-up questions or something you want to know, definitely we can chat in the group as well. So the section here will probably be the end of it, and yeah, I think we're gonna see everyone later on in the next section.
Yeah, thank you guys, and I'm already in the group channel, so feel free to DM me if you need anything.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day or good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.